Howdy folks, I'm Mama B, and today we're going to do the next color of our ocean blue crochet along. If you're following along, this is going to be great. So we're going to start with the slip knot. On our last stitch pattern, you either ended with the set of 5 single crochets or 3 single crochets. It does not matter. You can start in the center of the top, the highest peak, and chain 6. Now your first 3 of this chain is going to be for the height of your stitch. The next 3 will fold over, bend like that, and then we're going to do a double crochet back into that same stitch. It will form somewhat of a triangular shape. That's what you're going for. Now we're going to chain 3 more. And then this is where it gets fun, because now we're going to create a flower. So we're individually building each petal. Yarn over, go into the intersect of those 3 chains, and pull your yarn halfway through like you're going to do a double crochet. There's your double crochet, but we're going to stop right there. We're going to do yarn over, go back into that same stitch, drop off 2, and stop again. So you'll have 3 loops, 3 partially double crochets or some representation thereof. This is your first petal. Each petal will have 3 double crochets in it. But we're going to stop because we're going to do the decrease. Now we're going to go down into the lower set of 3 stitches, and we're going to start with the one closest to where you're working and create the next petal. Do another double crochet, but stop. Yarn over, same stitch, drop off 2 and stop. We're going to do it one more time. Yarn over, pull that yarn through, drop off 2, and then stop. Then we're going to do yarn over, go to the other side of those 3, like you're doing a double crochet, but stop just before you do that last stitch. Do it again. Yarn over, back into that same stitch, drop off 2, stop, yarn over, into that same stitch, drop off 2, and stop. So now we have 3, 6, and 9 loops on your hook. We're going to do yarn over and slide all of those off. That's where our major decrease comes in. But that's also what shapes the petal. Then we're going to do a single crochet to seal that up. Okay, now we're going to chain 3, do yarn over, and we're building the other petal. Now you can go straight into the center. That will make a nice little flower shape. I get nervous to have just one thread holding this all together, so I'm going to hook that top one, go into the center, and pull that through. Now it changes the look of your flower a little bit, because this is the center flower part, but when you do the top petals, that will come in and kind of readjust that. So now we've got 2 of our petals, and we're going to do the third one, drop off that yarn, stop, and then just drop off all 3. So now you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. This is your center. When the other stitches come down, that will open up that center flower bit for you again, or like I said, you can just pick up the one thread. Now we're going to do yarn over, go into the center of those next 3 stitches, and do a double crochet. Chain 3, yarn over, go back into that same stitch with another double crochet. So now you've got a triangle shape here, partial flower, and triangle shape there. We're going to build the next flower. So chain 3, yarn over, go back into that intersect, partially double crochet, drop off the 2 loops, and stop. Go back, yarn over, back into that intersect, drop off 2 and stop. There's our 3 creating that petal. Now yarn over, drop down into our 3 single crochets, do partial double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to jump over to the other side of those 3 single crochets, double crochet in there, drop off and stop, double crochet, drop off and stop, and one more time for that one, drop off, stop. So now you got your 9 loops, yarn over, slide those all off and do a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, yarn over, go back into that loop. Like I said, I like to catch that top one. 1, drop, or stop, yarn over, go back into that same one, drop off 2 and stop. Then we seal that one off with a slip, a single crochet. And now we're going back down into the center of the 3, the double crochet, chain 3, back in there with another double crochet, same stitch. Alright, this is our pattern. We're going to do this all the way around. The only difference between the 5s and the 3s is the 5s you will have wider space in here because you're doing the outside 2 edges. Alright, just going to keep doing this, and we're going to speed it up. Let's go. Remember to always go back and check your work. Make sure you're not missing your pattern up or skipping any stitches. Okay, I'm coming to the end of the row. I'm finishing up my last petal. Slide that off and go into your 3rd chain from the beginning chain of 6. Just a slip stitch. That row's finished. Now to continue, you're going to want to do a slip stitch into the center of that little triangular area. And we'll put you back where you want to start. Then you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I've got to finish the rest of this petal, or this flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do yarn over, and just like I built these petals, it'll be the same thing. Yarn over into the center. Hook that yarn, pull it out, and drop off 2, and then stop. Do that another time. Till you've got 3 little partial double crochets there. So you see down here 1, 2, 3. I'll have 4 loops on my hook. And then I'm going to slide that right off. There's one petal. Chain 3. I'm going to go back in there with the yarn over, back into the center, create my next petal. So drop 2 off, stop, yarn over, center, pull it back out, drop 2 off, and stop. Yarn over, go through the center, drop 2 off, and stop. I'll have 4 loops on my hook and 3 little petal starts. Slide them all off, chain with a single crochet, and then double crochet into that triangle, chain 3, double crochet into the triangle. See how that completes the flower? too shabby, right? Now we're going to complete this flower. Yarn over, go into the center, pull that yarn up, and drop off 2, and stop. Yarn over into the center, drop off 2, and then stop. Yarn over for the 3rd time into the center, pull it through, drop off 2, and stop. You'll see you have 1, 2, 3 double crochets started for the next petal. Then you're going to do yarn over and drop off for those 4. Then we chain 3. We start our final petal, yarn over into the center, pull that yarn back through, drop off 2, and then stop. Yarn over into the center, yarn over and pull that through, drop off 2, stop. One more time, yarn over into the center, hook the yarn and pull it through, yarn over, drop off 2, about 3 for your petal, 4 loops on your hook, slide them off. That completes your next flower. Then double crochet into the triangular space, chaining 3, and another double crochet into the triangular piece. This is how this row will continue. We will start the next row on the next video and see how you can continue after the first row of flowers. Remember to go back and check your work. This one's pretty easy because if it doesn't look like a flower, you've done something wrong. Thank you for your time. Remember to always be creative and always keep learning new things. And thank you so much for sharing our time and watching our videos. Have a fantastic day.